pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a motion to open. Can I have a motion to open the meeting?
So made.
Second.
All in favor?
Turn your mics on.
It's everybody else. Yeah, you're going to shut yours off. Well,
Turn it off?
turn yours off. There you go.
Okay.
All right. Getting an echo somehow. All right, item number 1, Chairman's comments. So item number 5 is going to be postponed. They've asked for a continuance due to an issue with the abutter notices. So that's going to be continued to June 26th meeting at 6:30. So can I have a motion to accept that continuance?
So made.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Item number 2, Form A for 106 Porter Street, map 54, lot 266, applicant John America.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. America's here, and I believe his engineer is on there. This is a pretty straightforward Form A. They're taking a lot on Porter Street, and let me see. I'm going to enlarge it. They're taking a lot on Porter Street. There's an existing two-family. It's in the Stoughton Center District. They're literally drawing a line straight down here, providing the necessary setbacks off the existing building, and they're creating a two conforming lots, a lot 1 with the existing two-family. They actually added on to make it a two-family to make it a legal conforming, because in the zoning district it requires a two-family or greater. And then this lot 2, they're proposing on doing a development on. So it meets frontage and area requirements, and the lot line makes, the way they've designed it, makes the lot 1 with the structure on it conforming. So I'm recommending that it is, you can sign the Form A.
Anybody have any questions?
So this is just a property line thing?
They're splitting the property. Existing building, now that we pass the Stoughton Center, the district, and I'm not sure, I forgot which one, I think it's Flex or Transition. They took the single family, he added to it and made it a two-family, and then now he can do the property line, and he has the vacant lot that he can develop, that I believe he's going to develop another two-family on it. You know, it's just, yeah, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? So can I have a motion to approve the Form A lot on Porter Street?
So made.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Hey, Dan?
Are you getting feedback, Peter?
That one might be worse.
No, I'm not. Question is, where I'm remote, does he have to poll the vote, or did?
That only needs to be majority vote, so I don't need to poll it,
Yeah.
unless you're
Okay,
telling me
all
you're
right.
running a negative on that Form A.
I just want to make sure that you're legal.
Yeah, he doesn't have to, and the 4 members here are going to sign it. You're not even going to sign it.
Would only be if we did not get a majority here and we needed your vote, then I would have to poll it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Item number 3, continued public hearing will be held on a petition of applicant property owner SN Square Realty, Inc., 810 Washington Street, Stoughton, Mass. For site plan review under section 10.6 to renovate the former Stoughton Trust Company building into a mixed-use 4-story building consisting of a retail and offices in the basement and second floor and 12 residential units, 4 loft units and 8 one-bedroom units in the remainder building. In addition, minor site modifications, including parking proposed on the adjacent lot with parking easement. The applicant is represented by JDE Civil, Inc. of Norton, Mass. The property is located at 810 Washington Street, 19 Park Street, Stoughton, Mass. Assessors map 54, lots 371 and 373 in the Stoughton Center District, Core SCD-C zoning district, continued from 5/8/24. Is somebody here to
Yep,
represent
Mr.
that?
Chairman, their engineer and their architect are online. I will let you know that one of the things they discussed is not adding the fourth story. They submitted revised plans that left the building intact, did not add the fourth story. They're only doing 9 residential units, and then they're doing the commercial units. So there's no issue with height. We have, Craig and I have reviewed the revised plans. It complies with everything. Really, the only issues we had were regarding the handicap parking. There was the little head wall and the dumpster enclosure. If you want, I can pull the plans
I
up.
would like to see the plans, yes. please.
Okay.
Are they still going to put an elevator in too?
I believe they would have to put I'm not quite sure. Josh or Kyle?
Yeah, I'm here. So the intent is to repair the existing 3 or 4-stop elevator.
Okay. So this is the elevations that they're doing. And they are going to be adding onto the back of the building, if you can. So,
Hey, Bill, we can't see that.
oh, that's right. I need to share it, don't I? Okay, hang on. So this is the simulation, the existing building. They are going to add on to the back of the building at the same height, well under the 45 feet, to square it off and add in 9 units. And how many resident commercial space, Kyle?
It'll just be in the basement, one
Okay.
level there. We'll convert the second floor into a unit.
Yeah.
A two-bedroom unit.
Yeah. So that is the elevation perspectives of what they're doing, well under the existing height. And then I will stop sharing and I will pull out the site plan for you. So, existing conditions and the layout plan, and I will zoom in on the pertinent area that we had the most discussion about. They have narrowed that large curb cut. They've added this van space here with that small proposed concrete retaining wall. They've pulled the dumpster was way back here, and this is all pavement. They're planning on moving the dumpster up to a more central location, getting rid of the old asphalt pavement, a concrete walk that is here, and then there's a concrete walk. The accessible route is from the front of the building back and then up. So they've provided the most direct accessible route to the front where the accessible entrance is. And then they've also added a second van space for 19 Park. They've got the 5 parking spaces plus 1 accessible on the easement, and then the remainder of the parking, 7 spaces for the dentist's office. We've reviewed everything. They also, one of the requests was they've added some additional landscaping. They didn't want to plant landscaping in this area because their second phase is to tear the building down. So they didn't want to add landscaping. I was fine with that if they just wanted to seed it for now. They've added some robust landscaping in the little nooks that they can, and they added the one street tree with a tree well and the sidewalk grate that goes over that.
So the long-range plan is the other buildings coming down?
Yes. The second phase of this would be to tear this building down. We did a pre-app on it. Whether that when that happens, who knows? But
No, I know, but I thought that, okay, I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
yeah. So we decided that this is a self-contained project, whether phase 2 ever goes through. And I prepared a set of conditions for your approval.
Anybody have any questions right now on this?
No, I was going to ask about that curb cut, but that's taken care of too.
Yeah.
Go
For the
ahead,
most
Paul.
part, I believe we discussed a lot of this at the previous meeting, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, what's the size and the type of tree that they're doing in the sidewalk?
Let's see. It's
It's a flowering crabapple, an 8 to 10 foot tall one. I believe they're doing that because there's power lines above.
Okay.
yes, exactly. Josh from JD. So for the record, yes, there's overhead wires in the area, so we didn't want to do a too tall one.
Okay, the one question I, of course, would have is that the exact type of crabapple, the fruit, the crabapples that will be produced on that, because that could be
It's a Malice Spring Snow.
okay, so what's the fruit like and how does it, that can be an issue on sidewalks with, yeah. The incorrect tree is more of a nuisance than the correct type of tree. So I just would like you to maybe come up with a tree that would not hinder in terms of, fruiting bodies falling on the street, how they grow. I know you have overhead lines there. I don't think that's a good choice, but, if everybody's in agreement that it's fine with them, that's fine.
If you want to approve it, I could work with the applicant if it's just swapping the tree out when
Yeah.
we do the final plans.
Let's get a tree that's good for the sidewalk.
You can approve the plans, and I can just work with him
Okay.
when they take the decision and put it on there. I can work with the engineer, and
Okay.
and I'll give you a call and say, hey, we're going to look at this tree.
Okay.
Okay.
And the
maybe
side-
maybe one of the plums, but not the fruiting ones.
Right.
The ones that have that beautiful purple leaf and then drops.
Yeah, and the electrical company actually has a complete guideline of
Trees.
preferable trees for situations like this.
Yeah.
They could refer to that also.
Okay,
Right.
we can handle swapping that out. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that's pretty easy, Josh. We can do that before the final plans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just don't
definitely.
want to see something be a nuisance
Okay.
in the future.
Yeah, that makes sense. No problem.
Anybody else have any questions? So, a couple of just cleanup things. The dumpster pad, we're going to go with a similar type of, like the brick around the building, or what are we doing with that?
No, I actually told them you're gonna be sitting here in your chair. I told them that white vinyl in this particular instance would be fine because this was a second phase, and all of that would be totally removed.
So when is the final drawings going to be done, architecturals and site and that type of stuff?
Let's see. Let me see, there's another architectural set, hang on. That's the same. You can ask the applicant that.
I'm asking, when's the final set of architecturals and site plan going to be completed?
Josh, you want to speak to the site plan first? I mean, that's already done, isn't it?
The site plan's done minus that one change on the street tree and adding the final decision to the plans.
Yeah, I have the layout. I have the floor plans that they have. Do you want me to
Do we have
share
the
those?
elevations, other than the elevations that we're showing?
No, we do not have an elevation other than, but they're not altering the elevation other than adding that brick.
Correct.
What are we doing with the, with all the utilities, rooftop units and that type of stuff? Where are they all going?
That'll be
Kyle?
placed up on the roof, set back from the perimeter parapet wall, so they won't be really visible from the street. Particularly since we've raised that third floor up on the backside, it'll be centered in the middle.
Okay, the reason I ask is because this has come up before. I'm usually not really like to sign off on any plans until we've actually seen what's going on, because we actually had to have another site of people actually move the RTUs because they decided to place them and thought it was okay. It's important that we don't end up with that. I know those buildings higher and the logistics of seeing it are going to be different, but I'd still like to see some sort of plans or perspective on what you think the height of your equipment is, because that seems to be the issue with all the new equipment, is some of the stuff is, 8-9 feet high, and then all of a sudden you're seeing it and you didn't expect to see it before.
These are only small heat pump compressors, so they're only about 3 feet tall.
So you're all using all mini splits?
That's all mini splits, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a large centralized unit.
What about it, you don't have to have an energy recovery unit for all the common areas or anything?
It'll be a small unit, won't be that large. So we only have a very small amount of hallway space that's gonna be used for handling.
Dan,
Yes, go ahead.
we heard the same thing for the fire department.
As far as what?
The rooftop devices were going to be not seen, and those were extraordinary.
No, I know, I've already had comments about that, but we already had it with the Chase Bank also, and they had to move the one in the Chase Bank. So, I mean, that's part of the issue I have without having final drawings. I just like to have the final drawings so we could actually see it and know what's going on and have that dealt with. So that's the reason I'm asking for the question, is when, the architecture of the building is just a site plan review, but the architecture of the building, what it looks like when it's complete. I appreciate you did those elevations, but it doesn't tell me how everything's going to be unless you can locate it on a rooftop plan or something. Do we have anything on that line?
So we're gonna look for that to be done. We're looking to submit this for permit in about 3 to 4 weeks, probably about 4 weeks. And we'll have clarification for that for the final then. And then we'll have construction documents completed afterwards.
So can we take this on a vote when we have the final drawings? Or is there something, we're holding something up if we just wait on this to get the final drawings?
Mr. Chairman, it's up to you.
Certainly on behalf of the client, we'd like to be able to.
They
get the
can't
approval
submit- they
today,
can't
and we'll
submit.
Follow up with confirmation on the placement of the roof for you.
Yeah, excuse me, sir, but that's always been our policy of this board, is that with all of the questions and answers are completed on the drawings before we vote on them. So I'm not doing anything to you that I haven't done in the past to other people, so I'm just asking the question, if it can be done before that, if it's holding up nothing for you to come back in 2 weeks with a set of drawings and we can take a look at it, we can sign those drawings and it's good, then what's the issue?
Yeah, no, I can come back in 2 weeks to have that presented for you.
That's all. That way there, we can take this decision. The decision looks fine to me. I've read it. I don't see any other issue with it as far as that. I just want to take a look at the final drawings and make sure that that's okay. If the board has any other questions or if they want to vote on it, then I'll leave it up to the board, but that's my opinion on it right now.
Just a point, he looked up the tree that you're proposing, and that is a fruitless,
Right.
okay,
So it's a fruitless tree, so it's fine.
okay, yeah,
Okay.
works fine.
I wasn't sure.
Should we close the public hearing We could vote on it. What?
Well, if you want to, you can close the public hearing, but you want to see the rooftop equipment and potential, if there's screening necessary.
Yeah, but that, we'll still close the public hearing and just
Yeah.
look at that. We can still close the public hearing. That way there, it'll be a formality of reviewing the drawings and just going
Okay.
through what they want to do it. Okay? So, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So made.
Second.
Second.
And a motion to continue this, sorry, and all in favor?
Aye.
And a motion
Aye.
to continue this till our next meeting, which is what?
The 26th.
The 26th at 6:30.
So made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Alex, I see you online. We've approved the Form A. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Continue public hearing on case file number SP 25-007 and SPP-25-002 will be held on the petition of the applicant property owner Antonio Rita, trustee, Roma Realty Trust, 15 Felix Street, Dedham, Mass. Requests a site plan review under section 10.6 to construct an 18-unit, 3-story multifamily building with parking, landscaping, drainage, and site improvements. The special permit request is to allow for the following waivers: section 6.1.7.9 to allow the parking within the front yard setback, 6.1.7.10 to allow the refuse truck to back into Wyman Street, section 6.4.4 to allow the clearing of the trees in the lot, and section 10.6.10.1 to not provide the traffic impact assessment. The properties are located on 3 and 23 Morton Street, Assessors Map 54, lots 421 and 422 in the Stoughton Center District Flex Zone, continued from May 22nd, 25. You're on.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Attorney Barry R. Crimmins of 909 Washington Street in Stoughton, here on behalf of the applicant. Seated with me, Mr. Antonio Rita, as trustee of the trust. I believe our project engineer, in fact, I know our project engineer, Scott Henderson, is online. I believe he's the only other member of the project team, but Scott can certainly answer any questions that there may be. I think, to the best of my knowledge, we've addressed the issues and questions that came up previously from the board. Not to speak for Bill, I know he prepared a draft decision for the board's consideration. We've reviewed the decision. We don't have an issue with any aspect of the decision, so I guess in the interest of time, I'll turn it back to the board to see if there are any additional questions.
Talk to Bill.
Yep, Mr. Chairman, they actually addressed everything. Some of the issues they did address, there was right in here where I can zoom in a little bit. They added that small retaining wall regarding the sunken of the building. Craig is fine with that. He's looked at everything. Some of the other issues were adding some additional landscaping. They couldn't add here because there's a light pole right in here. They added a street landscape. They added a tree in here. They've added a tree in this island. They had these trees along here. We do not wish, it is due to the site distance in this extremely, challenging intersection. At the meeting, we discussed not placing any trees within this front area. They do have some small ornamental trees, like a flowering dogwood. I think that's a flowering dogwood, CK. And they've addressed everything that from the last meeting, and we are recommending approval. And we're here to answer any questions.
I know there was a question with the abutter about the shared properties, so where are we with that?
Antonio Rita, trustee, Roma Realty. So we did have a few meetings with them, and all is well. She has no issue with it. We have an email from her saying that also
Yeah.
she had no issue with it, and she's very accommodating with it.
Yeah.
You have a copy,
The
Heidi?
biggest issue right in here, you need to forward that email to me for the file. The biggest issue that came up was regarding, if you look at the old aerial photos, they park here. So the way they've designed this, they have parallel parking spaces that can be used in the paper street. So they're still going to be able to park. The trash truck will still be able to get in. That's how they've widened it, and that's what was discussed at the last meeting. And I'm glad that if I can have the email regarding, and I would think as the property owner, they would like that fence and landscaping.
So what are they
And,
do, what are we doing on the fence there, Bill? Which was the fence going to be? Remember what we're doing?
What was your fencing? I forgot.
White vinyl
I
fencing?
think white vinyl is what they were doing on the fencing.
6 foot?
The trash enclosure is the brick, is the block.
Correct.
And I have your sample that
Thanks.
after the meeting, come get it.
Thank you.
It was good, we liked it.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Bill,
yes,
I believe I had a comment in regards to the trash container. That walkway that comes up to the left of the building there.
Yeah.
There was no entrance.
there is a doorway there now.
Okay, the drawing doesn't show it, that's all.
He added a doorway.
Yeah, there is a doorway. It's actually on actually the elevation plans are the ones that have let me stop sharing. And if your consultants are on board, they can correct me, but I believe it's on the elevations plan. Is that correct, Mr. McKay?
So I'll leave Mike here for the
Mike,
record.
let me look. I didn't,
It's on sheet A dash.
okay, yeah, I didn't see it on the engineering plan, so then it was told to me it was on the, so Peter, I'm going to share this. So,
Second to last.
yeah, second to last.
Right there.
See the doorway, Peter, right here?
Okay, all right. That's fine. Like I said, I didn't want that to be overlooked.
Nope, it wasn't.
What are we doing, chain link on the gates, right?
I think it looks like you're using the steel.
Yeah, or probably like a,
It's the anodized aluminum gates, I think.
I believe so. I'll double check, but it will be.
Yeah.
We could do something that looks
No,
nice.
the anodized aluminum's fine. It's-
Huh?
I like the anodized.
Yeah, the anodized aluminum usually on these bigger, longer stretches is what we see. So,
Anybody else on the board have any questions?
Just one, I think in the previous drawings, we did see an area where they were going to store snow.
yes, snow removal areas are located on the plan.
Okay, I thought I remembered that.
Yeah. Now, whether the snowplow driver knows that is another thing.
Pete, did you have any other questions?
We don't get snow anymore, do we?
When we get it, we get a ton of it.
Pete, did you have any,
You're right. That's
Yeah.
the problem, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Pete, did you have any other questions?
No, I'm all set, thank you.
Does anybody else online have any questions? What's the wish of the board?
We're going to close the,
Yeah.
Close the hearing and I have a decision.
motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so do we have a motion in regards to the decision that's been written by Bill on SP 25-007 and SP 25-002?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. You all guys are all set? Thank you very much.
Hey, Bill,
Yeah?
do you want me to come by Monday to sign that?
No, I have, it only needs 4 out of 5 signatures, and then I was gonna have the 4 signatures and then record it. Special permit needs 4 out of 5.
Okay.
We'll put an X down for you, Peter.
Yeah.
I just feel left
Do we
out.
need to do a separate vote for each of the special permits, or do, if the overall vote is okay with that? Do we need to do a vote for the special, the whole thing was on the special permit waivers, each individual one?
No, I don't believe you have to.
I guess I did do the whole hearing, so I'll leave it that way.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
One comment I'd like to just say,
You're welcome.
nice job in the landscaping. You really wowed this guy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, general business meeting minutes. We have a meeting minutes from Thursday, May 22nd, 25, draft number 2.
I have no issues.
I read them, had no issues.
Okay,
I have just one question.
go ahead, Paul.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you're the other Paul.
I said, go ahead, Paul.
On page 5, the very first paragraph, about 4 lines down, it says, "Being a green home includes filter systems, low-energy passive homes, high-performance energy to heat in winter, empowered and harnessed by the sun." So there are no heating costs, and is the only community like this in the United States. Is that I know that's what he probably said, but is that accurate?
He said no heating costs. I think there are minimal heating costs. Who knows? But,
Okay.
you know.
I mean, all we're doing is writing down what the owner
Yeah.
said, so, I mean,
It just seemed a little odd that, maybe we recorded something incorrectly. I don't know.
No, he said that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That was the only thing I had in question.
okay. So can I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes?
So made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Other business, anybody else have anything else they would like to bring up at this time?
Actually, Dan, you and I talked the other day, and I don't know if we could set up a meeting that we're not discussing any particular project, but kind of like a goal setting for what we're looking for going forward.
What's up, a planning meeting,
Yeah,
basically?
we could set up a work session that I could kind of go over. I could actually go over some of the projects and things I'm working on.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
And would you like it outside of, I mean, I can look at we only have one meeting in July and one in August. I could add, a meeting in there.
Is our meetings in April? Yeah, we've talked, we're already June, May, June, yeah. July, could do it in September, I suppose, if we want to wait, or we could add one meeting, I suppose,
Yeah.
depends.
I mean,
You guys open to adding a meeting?
I'm okay with that. Because it seems like that when we come in for these meetings, it's like one after the other, and
Yeah.
it'd be kind of nice to take a step back to see, like, white vinyl fences. Is that what we really want to go after? Or I'm just using that as an example.
No, I think it's a good idea, Peter, and so, look here, we want to add something
Okay,
in July.
I need to really look at my schedule.
Yeah.
And so I will look at the schedule. I will send out some possible meeting dates in August, or July and August. And then,
Looking forward to one meeting in July and one in August.
Wish you were. That's
Well,
because you got to sit to a select board.
it won't be, the work session doesn't, it's just a public meeting, doesn't have to be televised. And, I can set up, the table in here, and it can be like a round table, and we can talk. Public is welcome, but it doesn't have to be on TV or anything. So,
That's fine. Why don't we do that? Let's get some dates and we'll go from there.
okay.
All right. So can I have a motion to close the meeting?
So, go ahead. So made.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
aye.